Hola, clase. Yo soy el maestro Mark. Hi, class. This is Mark, the Spanish teacher. So today we're going to talk about the alphabet. And if you already know about the alphabet, it'll be pretty quick in a review. But if you know nothing about the Spanish alphabet, it's very easy to learn. So I wrote the alphabet here. I'll say the letters, and you'll see that it's very much like the English alphabet. Pronunciation is just a little bit different. So it's pronounced A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, E, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And so you see that there are a lot of similarities, so I put a box around the different ones. So some versions of the Spanish alphabet include CH as a separate letter, which it's really good because it sounds exactly the same as in English, like ch, just like choo-choo. It just sounds like ch. So that's the first different. The second is probably one you've heard of. The LL sounds like the Y. It doesn't sound like L, it sounds like Y. Like in the word pollo, which means chicken. You've probably heard that. You know it's pollo, not polo. You've probably seen the Nye too. That's another different letter. So like in the words niño or niña. The Nye is just like an N, but you add like a Y afterwards to make that nya sound, and that's what the squiggly line over the N means. So the double R is considered different than single R, and don't let that intimidate you. It's just a little bit of a roll. If you can't do it perfectly, it's okay, but it's just R, whereas R is just ere. And actually, it's not like an R like English, it's like a little bit of a lighter R. So if you do your R a little lighter and faster, and your double R a little deeper, you'll have the difference. So I mentioned the pronunciation. So most of these letters, we'll talk about the vowels in a second, but most of the consonants are pretty similar to how they are in English. Like B, if you pronounce it like an English B, you're going to do all right. C, if you do the normal rules for a soft C or a hard C, you'll do pretty well. Same with a lot of the letters. So a few that are different. The G, if it's a hard G before an A, an O, or a U, it's the same as English. You can get by with saying that it's the same as English. If you're more advanced, it's a little bit lighter and it might almost sound silent, but don't worry about that if you're just starting out. But if it's a G before the letter I or E, it actually sounds like an English H. So if you've heard the word gente, it's spelled G-E-N-T-E, but you pronounce the G like an H, so it sounds like gente. The word giant in Spanish is gigante. It actually has the first G, since it precedes an I, sounds like an H. The second G, since it precedes an A, sounds like a G. H is different in Spanish, but the good news is it's very easy. You just don't pronounce it. So like if you were saying the word hogar for home, you would not say hogar, you would say hogar. J, these three here, G, H, and J are very different. So the J actually sounds like an H in English. So like, you know, you've heard the name Jose. It's not pronounced Jose, it's pronounced Jose. A couple others that are different. So like the K, if you see a K, it's pronounced the same, and L is pronounced the same. F, D are pronounced pretty much the same. The M and the N, a lot of these. P, Q's a little different. You don't say qua, you just say, it sounds kind of like a K. It's just ka. You don't say the qua like you do in English. R is pretty similar, S is similar, T is similar. W you don't really see too much in Spanish, but it would be similar. X is different. So like in Mexico, you would in Spanish pronounce that Mexico. So the X would be more like Mexico. It would sound like an H in that instance. And other times it might just sound like an S. Like if you had the word M-I-X-T-O, it looks like mixto, but you pronounce it misto. So X is a little different. We'll talk about why. And Z is different, but it's easy. It just sounds like an S. So if you have the word zero, actually you spell that differently in Spanish. If you said zero in Spanish, you would say cero. And actually that's why you spell cero with the C in Spanish. But anytime you see a Z, just pretend it sounds like an S. So that's the alphabet. There are also a lot of videos out there that have fun ways of singing the alphabet to help you learn it. We'll put some of those in the comments or after the video so you can practice. But the other really important thing to remember is the vowels. In English, vowels can be confusing because, you know, A is generally A or A. It could be A. Sometimes different vowels or vowel combinations are very confusing. In Spanish, it's easy. It's always, just about always, A, E, I, O, U. So like, I wrote AH because that's how you pronounce A. It's like you're opening your mouth for the dentist, A. E kind of sounds more like a long A. I sounds like a long E. O, you can get by with just making it sound like an O. If you want to get more advanced, it's a little bit of a quicker O. Like I said earlier, oh God. You don't say, oh God, it's a quicker O, oh God. So you can practice that. And U sounds like just the double O in the word zoo. So anytime you see any of those vowels, generally just try to say A, E, O, or U when you see them, and you'll do all right. You'll do all right remembering the English alphabet and that type of pronunciation, just with a few extra special rules.